Boomer, you're a New York guy, Long Island guy. Joe Buck said, um, everyone has memories of that day, but when you are a New York guy, it's different. How's it different? How deeply does that run differently for you?
I was listening to everybody talk here, and I think everybody hit the right notes. For Tony and for Dahani, playing our sport and standing on the sideline, the next time they got out on the field for the national anthem, it must have been incredible for them to be a part of that. I wish I could have been a part of that as a player. Unfortunately, I was retired at that point. The interesting thing, as Joe and Bobby alluded to, I flew over Lower Manhattan. I think it was that Wednesday. And the only way I could get back is if I could find somebody who had a classification of a plane, who owned it and was the pilot of that plane. And we flew over Manhattan. It was not another plane in the sky. It was just us. There's about 6 guys on this plane. And we landed at Farmingdale out here on Long Island. And the thing that struck me is when I went past the train station in my home where I live now, it's a commuter area. So there's 2 train stations, and it's a Thursday night. And usually the train stations are empty, but all the cars remained in the train stations because all the guys never came home to take the cars home after work. That was a sobering reminder when I first got home. Football started 2 weeks later, and it was Sunday, September 23rd, and Fox said, "We want you to cover what's going on in New York. Do you have a problem with that?" I said, "No, I'll stay in New York." I, like Susie, was flying all over the place, and she was right. The airports were just complete madness for the next year and a half or so. But I broadcast from the USNS Comfort. So the Mercy class hospital ship was brought to New York for all the things that Joe Torre was talking about. They thought that there were going to be more injuries, more people. They were going to need extra hospital space. So they brought the ship up here, and I was on the deck of the ship doing my show on Fox that Sunday before I flew to Green Bay to go do the Monday night game. And it was just such a surreal feeling. And if you were here and you were around the actual event and near those 16 acres, you could just feel the sadness, and then sadness turning to anger. And then, the anger was on the back pages of all the tabloids here in the newspapers. So you lived it in a different type of way because it was always right there for you. But, for me, and then to go to Green Bay on that Monday night, I mean, the national anthem was just amazing. And it's how our country galvanized around that.